Hi, I'm Victor, the main organizer of the Full Stack Flutter conference. On this channel we publish the best talks from the conference every week throughout the year, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. I'm also the founder of ServerPod, so if you want to build your backend in Dart, make sure to check that out too. Want to learn how to create custom lint rules? This talk is for you. Learn from Karol Wrótniak, an experienced Flutter developer and speaker. Let's dive in.
Hello everyone, in this talk I will tell you how to create a custom lint rules for a static code analysis in your Flutter projects. Source code of this package is available on my GitHub, and it is also published at pub.dev. Package is called plural lint. And this package solves a real problem. It is not purely for educational purposes. What is this problem? Well, some text needs the pluralization. For example, in English we have 1 minute, but 2 and 3 minutes. We have a singular and plural forms. But in some languages we can have more than 2 forms. For example, 4 in Polish, 5 in Slovenian. In some languages like Arabic, even 6 of them. And those names are standardized. They're the same across all the technologies, for example, in native Android, in Flutter, and so on. And the Intel package used in Flutter apps supports plurals. However, there is no lint check to verify if all the required plurals for the given language are provided. If I not provide all the required plural, the app will work. They will fall back to other if some needed plural is not provided, but the spelling may be incorrect for some languages. Okay, so if it is such a problem, maybe someone else has already solved this. So take a look how the Android lint handles this. Indeed, the native Android lint has the checks for identifying plurals. Among the others, there is a missing quantity. It is an error, and it performs the checks which are described. It checks if all required quantities are provided. And there is also another one, checks if there are no extra quantities. For example, if I provide few or many in English, they won't be ever used, so they are redundant. However, this check is a warning because it's harmless. Okay, so maybe just reuse the logic of the native Android checker and translate into Dart and use in Flutter. Well, it's not possible because native handles only integer quantities. However, Intel package also supports doubles. And in some languages, like in Polish, some quantities are only for numbers with fractions. What is more, Intel allows 0, 1, and 2 quantities for all the locals, even if they don't support it officially. For example, you can provide 0 in English, and it will be used actually for 0, but there is no 0 quantity in the Unicode rules for English. And finally, the translation for native are in XML files, but in Flutter they are in ARB. Okay, so how to implement the custom lint rule in Dart? There are packages, analyzer and analyzer plugins provided by Dart team officially, but they are not easy to extend. Even the official docs say that the support is not available for general use. However, I have a custom lint package made by Invertase, which simplifies a lot creating the custom lint rules. So how to create such a rule? First, you need to add a custom lint builder dependency to the spec YAML of your lint plugin project, not of the app project. And the custom lint builder, note the builder suffix. There is also a custom lint without a suffix to use in the app project, but this builder is for lint plugin project. And the entry point is not the main function, but the create plugin function. And this create plugin has to return the instance of the plugin base. And in the plugin base, you have to override the getLintRules method. Method provides you configs. You can use it, for example, to parameterize rules by parameters passed by users in the analysis YAM file. And those rules are simple without any parameters. And before I show you how to create lint rule parsing ARB files, I will show you a simple rule for Dart files because it's easier for demonstration purposes. This rule is called no long adjacent string. What are adjacent strings? Take a look at these strings here. There are 4 individual strings enclosed with single quotes, and it is the same as this long string. And our rule has to check if there are no more 3 such adjacent strings. If there is more than 3, there should be an info violation with number of strings and the location of that adjacent strings, which file and which line number. So how to implement it? The rule parsing Dart file has to extend the Dart lint rule, and you have to pass the code to the superclass constructor invocation. And lint code is a descriptor of the issue. Name can be used by the users in analysis YAM to, for example, disable it or parameterize it. Problem message will be printed to the reports. Here in curly braces, we have a placeholder. This placeholder is 0 based. So that's why this is 0, first placeholder. And the severity is set to info. Each rule has to override a run method. This method will be fired once on each file. And there are several parameters here. Resolver use it to access the metadata about project, for example, pubspec. Reporter to report the issues, and context to access the current file, the current code. To detect adjacent strings, we use the addAdjacentStrings method. This add means adding a callback which will be executed for each adjacent strings. This callback here will be executed for each adjacent string in the given file. This node contains information about the file and line number. In case of the Dart file, there is a report error for node method to which you can pass the code, which was passed to the superclass constructor, node from this callback, and a list of placeholders here. In this case, it's only a number of strings. And there are similar methods for another constructs in Dart language, classes, variables, constants, and so on. But in case of non-Dart files, you have to extend the lint rule, not Dart lint rule. The superclass constructor invocation is the same. Issue is similar here. We have 2 placeholders and warning severity. And what is important, we have to tell which files it should analyze. In this case, there are ARB files. And in this case, we don't have node. We have no built-in parser for ARB files. We have to use the simpler method, report error for offset, and we have to know this offset. So we have to know in which line of the ARB file there is a invalid plural. To access those informations. So first, let's take a look what is the format of ARB file. ARB is just a JSON on steroids. From the external point of view, it can be treated as a JSON. So there are simple key value pairs. But the plural has an internal structure. So in terms of JSON, it's a string, but there are curly braces and the plural keyword here and keywords for all the quantities here. So you cannot use, for example, JSON decode or JSON serializable libraries for that. First of all, because there is an custom entity embedded in the value of the string. You have to parse it additionally. But what is more important, there is no information about location, about the offset in which this given plural is located. But there is a petit parser package which can be used for that. This petit parser is a quite extensive package, is a topic for another talk. But the next topic in this talk is lint rule testing. How to test those rules? Well, in case of Dart rules, it is simple. You can just use the expect lint command followed by the name of rule, which issue should be present here in this line. And if this violation is found in this file, it will be ignored. It won't be reported to the analysis report, because if it will be reported, then the analysis step will fail. But we don't want to fail this whole analysis, but we want it only to fail if this issue is not detected. So detected issues are ignored. Not detected issues are treated as not detected but expected are treated as an error. This command works only in Dart files. There is no support for this mechanism in the ARB files or any other non-Dart. So I overcome it with the IO overrides. This is a class from the standard Dart library. It is not specific to the custom lint. It allows to invoke some function in the isolated environment. In this case, we invoke the custom lint. And we capture all the standard output, which we then assert using the standard assertion from the test package. For example, here, the entire line with line number and the violation message. And how to use custom lint rules. In the pub/spec YAML of your app project, note this is the app project, note the custom lint rule project. In the dev dependencies, note the dev dependencies, not the plain dependencies. You have the custom lint without the builder suffix, and the dependency of containing the custom lint rules. In this case, plural lint. And what is important in analysis options YAML, you have to enable the custom lint plugin. Custom lint, not the plural lint. And there is one caveat when using the custom lint rules. They don't show up in the Dart analyze output. They show up in the IDE, like Android Studio, but they don't show up in Dart analyze. So to use it on CI or command line, you have to use Dart run custom lint invocation. That's all. I hope you enjoyed this talk, and maybe you will write some custom lint rules yourself. If you want to contact me, you can reach me using the email. You can find me on GitHub, on LinkedIn, X, on Medium. And it's the time for Q&A.